What is up, guys? BboneCapone back with another another gameplay review here. I'm not doing a one-on-one coaching session today, unfortunately. My weekend got kind of busy, and I haven't been able to schedule any times with anyone. So if anyone looking for the pure coaching, I apologize. I will be getting to you guys. But today we're just doing a VOD review. We're doing a Diva game here. We're doing a Diva game here around gold to plat elo. Okay, I just want to make sure that works. All right. And so right now, Diva's really, really strong still. Even when the changes do come to her, I think she's still going to be strong. But I don't think, yeah, those aren't live yet. So she still has her really, really long defense matrix. There's one thing that makes Diva really, really good in the team comp that's in this game, actually. And I'm just going to talk about that real quick. So you look at this team, you have 1, 2, 3 DPS. Pretty standard. That's how it goes. You have one healer. And then, I guess I should... whatever. Whoops. Okay. Anyway, you have one healer, or 3 DPS, one healer, and then 2 tanks. So, the nice thing about Diva here, specifically, is that... So, let's go... Can I go in orange? We're gonna go in orange. So, orange is self-healing, and these two have no self-healing in Reinhardt and Torbjorn. They don't have anything. So the Mercy has 3 main targets that she needs to heal in the Diva, the Reinhardt, and the Torb. Soldier and Reaper to an extent. But the reason why Diva's so good into this is because Diva has the mobility that she can go in, take some damage, poke, kill someone, and get out. Reinhardt doesn't have that luxury. Torb doesn't have that luxury. That's the issue I have with Ryan here, is that it's really, really hard for him to get out. That's why like Winston, Diva are really, really good when you're running solo healers. So that you can create the space you need and then get away pretty much. So anyway, teams are just setting up. I'm going to fast forward a second. Probably didn't go far enough. That's great. So yeah, it's this is why Diva, like mobility tanks are really, really good when you're running one healer. Because what happens is when you're running solo healer... and you're a tank, like you're Reinhardt, and it's like I'm taking poke, and there's 3 people shooting at me, and I don't have a healer on me because our Mercy has to go heal whoever else, right? He doesn't have the mobility to run away from that. Right off the bat, I really like this play, protecting your soldier. He's playing super aggro, which is really dangerous, but you're playing around that's stupid dangerous and protecting him pretty much. So I really like this smart play, toggling the defense matrix to try and reduce that. Now they're taking poke on this side. You should be rotating across right now. Okay, so you do. You're looking to do some damage. Don't focus that Diva. You cannot focus the Diva. What you should be doing there. So, okay, so you guys have won this fight, so it doesn't really matter. You eat the hook, which is good. So right now you should be tabbing to check their team comp. To see what you're looking at and what you should be focusing your defense matrix as Diva. So I know they have a Roadhog. I know they have a McCree. I know they have an Anna. I know they have a Zen. And, okay, so let's just talk about this. So, looking through the kill feed, I saw Roadhog, Zen, Anna, McCree, and I think Genji, and I don't know the last one. So, looking at that, oh, it's Diva. So, as that 6-man team comp, where can Diva have the most effectiveness with her defense matrix? And I look at that, and I see I can defense matrix Anna's healing, I can defense matrix all of Zen's damage, I can defense matrix McCree, and I can stop Roadhog from one-shotting someone on my team if he hooks them. Or he's going to hook me and he'll take me to half health, whatever. So I think Diva's a really, really strong pick here. So you're playing up, which is good. As soon as you're behind Reinhardt, don't use defense matrix. Save it for when his shield goes low. Like, you shouldn't even be toggling it. Don't toggle it unless his shield goes down. Then you start toggling to protect his shield. It's alternating forms of damage mitigation. Because you have 2 forms on your team, right? So... with this team, you have 2 forms of damage mitigation. You have Reinhardt's shield, and you have Diva's defense matrix. So you should be able to alternate those effectively, so that one is always up, so you don't take a crap ton of free poke. And your Reaper should be able to do a lot of damage in your soldier that they can't really trade back. So 2 of them come on the flank. You need to be very careful leaving your Reinhardt up there alone, because Reinhardt is... okay, he drops now. But yeah, like, that's the situation where it's good you go down to help, and I like that you're trying to help your teammates, but you also need to understand that you need to help your teammates in who needs the most help. Is it the Reinhardt or the Reaper? So your accuracy there is just a tracking thing that comes with practice. Genjis are very hard to hit, I know. I really like that situational play. That was super nice. Nice situational play to go for the boop there when you know you can get it. That was awesome. Really well played. So you clean this up. Fight's over. There's a Pharah pushing. You want to push on her. You miss. So yeah, you can. If you're a little bit quicker on the fly, you can actually fly melee instantly. Okay. I want to talk about this real quick. Because this is one thing people need to start thinking about. Every elo, I think. It's not even just at like gold and lower elos. Like at high elos, I see this problem as well. So you press tab, you're in between fights. They've now changed. They now have a they now have a Pharah. You still have a crap ton damage mitigation you can do against that team, which is really good. The only one that can really get around you is the Genji, and so you just don't worry about him. You deal with the other 5 people. But you guys have 6 ults right now. And I know you're not on comms, so you're not saying anything, and that's fine. But if I look at this, and I'm playing the D.Va here, I would be trying my absolute hardest to not use my ult. Even if I lose mech, I probably won't use my ult, because I know everyone else is going to burn theirs. Like, I'll play it by ear, but I'm trying to play a little bit of ult economy here by not popping ult as soon as I can. Just, like, looking for a better opportunity and seeing if I can save it if the rest of my team's going to pop theirs. So you're waiting. They're coming back in. You could... Actually, no, you're okay. So Pharah comes in early. I like you pushing aggressively on her. You kind of lose track of her, though. And then... Okay. So, yeah. And then you end up... So, this is what happens, right? So, they pop... I know this sounds long, guys, so you can't hear it. But they pop Nano Blade. So, they pop Nano Blade. You were losing mech, so you popped your ult to remech immediately. And right as that happens, Reaper pops ult. And you're going to see a Soldier ult come in here on the top right. There's the Soldier ult. So, you guys just burned, like, 3 or 4 ults for there, too. So that's the concern that I had, right, with that sticking as a team. So if he tabs here, we'll see how many ults you guys have left. Well, before we talk about that, let's go back for a sec. I want to go over what happens here. Because I feel like there's a bit of... you get a little too tunnel visioned on the Pharah. And you need to work on how you're flying with D.Va. Because D.Va's fly is super effective, and there's a lot of cheeky little things. And you seem like you're really not comfortable with it. Like, you're flying all over the place, missing your melee. And that's a huge portion of your damage with D.Va, is that burst with the melee, right? So you need to try and defend that more. So right there, you fly in. You miss the melee. You come down. Okay, let's play this slow. So, you're looking for something to shoot. You can't see anything. You're taking damage. You're at 232. Okay. So, right here. This is the difference you could have made. So, right here. Taking damage, taking damage, taking damage. Right now, I see 2 supports. I don't see anything else. I know Pharah's not here. Pharah's dead. I know Genji's not here because Genji was top left. Oh, my. I did that again. I'm sorry, guys. I always hot button by accident on my mouse. So, I randomly skip frames. So anyway, so you get D, you can't be healed, but I see 2 supports here. I still have enough health. I have a full defense matrix. Hold DM here. That's all you need to do. Hold DM. Instead, you panic and throw the ult, and Reaper's ult already has come through. So you pretty much like wasted the ult, right? Because you're not zoning anything. You're not putting any pressure anywhere with it. It's just an ult down the drain. So yeah, so you lose that ult. That's pretty much a zone you create, and that in itself, I would almost say, is like a form of damage mitigation in the fact that they have to get away from your ult. So like, no one can be shooting at someone while your ult's active in line of sight. So now they're coming through bottom. You step too far forward, and you almost get saved, but that was too aggressive on the positioning. So, right here. Go back out, spam the Roadhog more. He's already given you 50% ult. You could have easily finished your ult there if you would have just stayed on Roadhog. Instead, you try and finish off other people. And the thing with Baby D.Va is she really doesn't do anything. So you just need to get back in mech. So you needed to just spam Roadhog. Like, whenever you're out of mech, spam tanks. That's all you want to do as Baby D.Va. Spam tanks. This fight's getting real hairy. You're trying to just do your best. DMAT. Defense matrix. Like, that's all you should be doing is just holding defense matrix right now. And just living as long as you can. Hoping your team can come back. Instead of shooting, just defense matrix until it runs out. because you could have stayed alive for another 3 or 4 seconds if you would have just held defense matrix, because they were all in front of you. So anyway, yeah, you guys have used all your ults. You have no ults, and they got the point last second. Unfortunate, but it was a pretty good hold. You guys were playing it well. A little bit of over ult usage really hurt you guys. So Torb just died. You're down 3 right now. You can see the 3 skulls, 4 skulls. It's only soldier. Run away. Like, just run. Yeah, like this is, you should die here. Luckily, they don't push up and he misses the hook. Otherwise, you would have been dead. Oh, no. I'm sorry. My mic's beeping at me. It might be low. So anyway. So yeah, you got lucky you got out there, but there's no point in pushing up. Most of your team was dead. You just run away at that point, right? Like, once again, there's no need to push up here. Half your team's still at spawn. Like, there's no point in being up that far. You're very lucky you got away with your life twice there. And Mercy came. But there's no need to be up there, right? Your entire team's dead. There's no point in being up that far. Just wait. Wait for your team. Okay, right here. So, when you're playing D.Va, if you ever want to make someone tilt off the face of the earth, just watch Roadhog, and as soon as Roadhog hooks, fly at him with Defense Matrix up, and he will hate you every second of every day. Because you can literally fly at him and stop all of his damage. So you throw ult out. That was actually a really nice ult. I didn't think you'd get that many kills, but I was like, oh, okay, it works, so that's good. Like, it was a good offensive ult. I don't believe in using Defense Matrix as a self-destruct as a ult, as an offensive ult, but it can still work sometimes, and that was a really nice wipe. So you guys win the fight and you get a nice reset. So that's good. You guys are kind of poking up here. You can play aggressive like this. So right here. So this is another thing you need to be thinking about. This is a situational thing. So you saw your Reaper teleport up there, right? So Reaper teleports. It's gonna be blue. Reaper teleports right there. And this is gold, so people aren't paying attention. And this is, guys, why you always need to have your sound on. Because if I'm on that team, you hear that. There's no way you do not hear that Reaper teleport there with his death comes or whatever. But if I'm D.Va right now, I'm thinking Reaper teleport there. He wants to drop from there right down here. So I should be flying forward with my defense matrix up and protecting him as he goes in with ult. Because he has ult. You know he does. There's no way he doesn't if he's going up there. That's suicide if he doesn't have ult. And this comes down to solo queue mentality, though, guys, because if it was me, I wouldn't trust that Reaper, but I would still push up. Maybe I would just walk up instead of flying up so I can still get out if he doesn't come down with ult. But I would be trying to defend that Reaper, right? Because their entire team's right there. I know most Reapers would be greedy me going for that. And he does. He drops right down. Their D.Va doesn't defense matrix, though. Otherwise, he would have instantly died. But he gets 3 kills and a mech. So, awesome. He just did it on his own. But if that's a little more coordinated, D.Va defense matrix is him, he instantly dies, right? So that's where you need to kind of be there as his, saving grace. Right here, don't ever do this. Guys, if you're on a tank, don't ever chase a flanker. You will lose that 9 times out of 10. And you do. You just slowly die. It's very, very hard for tanks to deal with flankers. So don't worry about flankers. Let your DPS worry about them. And if they come back towards your healers, then you can deal with them. But, so now you guys are out of the fight by 2, and now people are dying up front. Because you had, 2 people up front, 2 people back trying to deal with a solo Genji, and you didn't even get the kill. And, yeah, at this point, you probably it's better to die and reset anyway. And then, so we're coming in the last phase, because they're going to get this. I like the the Zarya switch, but I also don't, because you're doing really, really well on D.Va, and you're using your defense matrix effectively. And all the threats that you can defense matrix, Roadhog, Ana, Zen, McCree, are still there, right? You can defense matrix Ana's healing. You can defense matrix all of Zenyatta's burst damage. You can defense matrix all of McCree and Roadhog. There's so much that the D.Va offers. I'm not sure why you switched, but that's okay. So you swap to the D.Va, to the Zarya, because this is I call this a greedy play to carry solo queue, because you still can. There's a lot of ways for you to get charge, and you can easily get a lot of charge and, carry just by having that much more DPS. So this soldier is suicidal. Preemptive shield too early, and that costs you a lot. Luckily, you get out. You're playing back, which is good, but that shield is really early. You definitely could have got 40 charge off of that. Okay, right here. So, That's about to go off. You have... This is something that, as Zarya, as you get higher up, you need to focus on, guys. Your barrier's coming up. Your projected barrier's up. You should be barriering yourself and barriering a teammate if you think they're going to die. You shouldn't be running into them like this. You should just barrier, get the 40 charge, and try and save a teammate. Luckily, all your teammates get out of the way, so none of them die. And then you use the barrier and only get 10 charge from it, right? That could have been a free 40 charge. So this fight's kind of over. When you're playing like this... Okay, once again. So this is barrier usage again right here, and damage mitigation, and how you can stop damage most effectively with your hero, right? When you're playing tanks, your biggest thing is damage mitigation. That's why Roadhog, a lot of people don't consider him a tank, is because he doesn't offer damage mitigation. And that's what tanks need to do, is a lot of people call it creating space or damage mitigation. They both are similar things. So anyway, so you hook here. So they get the kill. Genji, I don't have the sound on, guys, but Genji pops Blade here. You can hear him pop it. And your first reaction is Zarya. Turn around, look behind you, find a healer. That's the only thing you should be shielding whenever you hear a Blade. Because that's an extra swipe to 2 swipes that it takes the Genji. Instead, you do that, you barrier the hog. Guess who dies for it? Your Mercy. Right? So you just killed your Mercy, in reality. If you would have shielded her, she would have lived, and you would have been able to kill the Genji. Because it would have taken him too many hits. Right now, I feel like your barriers are just kind of being thrown for charge, just on whoever's closest. Try and focus on the person that's at the most threat that can also give you charge, instead of just throwing projected barriers on anyone. Because you could have saved that Mercy's life. 110%. You could have saved her. But you chose to drop it on the Roadhog instead, and he's not going to die to a Genji anyway. So you're looking for some charge. You push up. That's perfect. That's how you want to get charge, right? You push up, get your 40 charge off of you, and then you back off. You get more charge off the Reaper, so that was good. That was good use of charge. Now you need to be saving your projected barrier. You should be looking for someone who gets hooked. Not just throwing it on, right? Like, you're looking for someone who gets hooked or gets in a bad situation, instead of just throwing it on the closest person. Save your barriers. Especially, like, your personal barrier is your charge barrier. Your projected barrier is your save a teammate that's being an idiot barrier. So you need to be thinking about that. Your tracking's been good, and you got a lot of charge anyway, so you started to just melt everything. So nice hold. That was good. Sorry, I'm just taking a quick drink of water. You know, that wasn't an bad round. You need to make sure you're regrouping a little bit better and understanding the best way to mitigate damage when you're playing a tank. So moving on to the offensive round. Hog, Reaper, Lucio. Okay, so you have 2 healers now. You're pretty free on... I like the Reinhardt start here, because you can walk forward with the Roadhog and the Reaper and everyone behind you, or with the 4-man squad, and let the Fire Mercy go off and do their own thing. So that's good. I like the Reinhardt pick here. It's a good start. Come on, give me the gameplay. Okay. So you come upstairs here. You know they have a Symmetra. You know they have a Junkrat. And you're going to see something else. And just your Bastion. So your shield doesn't exist. Right here, you missed the charge. If you had charged the Bastion there, you guys could have actually won that fight. But that's okay. That was just an odd spot for a trap. The one thing I really like, and this is really good, instantly swapping to a D.Va. That is 100% the pick you should have here. 110% D.Va is the best pick against any sort of spammy team comp like this, guys. Because D.Va does not care how much damage you do. It is all about time with D.Va's defense matrix. There is no cap on her damage that she can take. So D.Va is super strong against things like Bastion and Junkrat that throw out this high DPS consistently. Because she can block that for a window for your team to go in. So your team's right now trickling. You're trying to wait for them, which is good. Someone on your team is calling you to go back to Zarya, and they're going to go Winston, and that's, I'm going to be honest with you guys, that is an awful idea. That Winston will live about 2 seconds, and the Zarya, it can work. It's greedy, and it can work, but, so you push up too quickly, and you instantly die. So team comps like this, guys, mistakes are punished, but it's a very immobile team comp. So think about this. Okay. So you know they have, let's see, so they have Junkrat, Bastion, Symmetra, Mercy, Torbjorn, and Reinhardt. Right? That's their 6. So, D.Va's defense matrix stops this. Stops this. Doesn't stop that. Stops this. So you stop 3 of their 6, right? But these two do more damage than this and this. By far. Without a doubt. Way more damage. If you go to Zarya here, let's look at Zarya. Let's put Zarya in yellow. Let's go Zarya's in yellow. So Zarya's in yellow over here. So your Zarya, you get a little bit of, you can stop for 40 damage, 40 damage, 40 damage, 40 damage, and 40 damage. So the Zarya shows 5 people you could technically stop damage from, right? So Zarya seems like a good idea. You'll get a lot of charge. I agree. You'll be a high charge Zarya, but guess what? You're going to be dead. Because Junkrat and Bastion will rip through your shield in about a quarter second. So with D.Va, you'd have 8 seconds of survivability. Okay, I need to start a new screen. Sorry. So if you're playing this and you're playing D.Va, D.Va has 8 seconds of survivability. 8 seconds. Right? Zarya has 1 second. So yes, the Zarya sees more. She can defend, she can get more charge, and she'll be charged. But she has 1 second of survivability. D.Va has 8. That's 8 seconds where you cannot take damage other than Symmetra. Symmetra's the only one who can actually hurt you on that team. And Reinhardt, I guess. So I think that the Zarya would have served you a lot better here. I mean, the D.Va. But your team asked for it, and you listened to your team, and I really don't think you should have, but that's okay. The Winston was suicidal. I think Zarya D.Va would have been a really good combo here. D.Va Winston would also have been a good combo, but Zarya Winston is very, very hard. So, you guys are... Remember, guys, whenever you're walking back, always be watching kill cam. Whenever you're walking back, always watch kill cam. Just see where your numbers are at. This is really greedy. Like, there's no point in stepping out here. You have a healer, yes, but they can just run at you. There's only 3 of you up. And that was huge, so now you can push in. So you try and push in, that's good. That's good, quick push. You need to be faster turning there. You could have saved that Lucio 110%. You need to be faster finding those targets with your shields, right? Always be prepared to shield someone. Your shields are designed to save stupid people. That's what your shields are designed for. Is to save stupid people. That's like the whole point of Zarya. And like that's what tanks are. You can look at tanks this way, is that their damage mitigation is designed to save people who make mistakes. That is the point of tanks and tanks damage mitigation, is to save people who make dumb mistakes. That is like their biggest priority, and that's kind of how tanks work. So you guys decide to come from the left. Winston goes, I don't even know where. And gets melted, yeah. Because the thing is that the biggest counter to Bastion, guys, is always going to be D.Va, because she does not care how many rounds Bastion can fire while in turret mode. She still stops it all. There is no cap. There is no 2,000 damage shield. There is nothing. It is just 8 seconds of he doesn't do damage. And you can literally jump on top of him with your team and just stand on top of him with defense matrix. And that Bastion does nothing for that however long until he dies. So, whenever you run into these Bastion problems, guys, play D.Va. Just play D.Va. So you guys try and rush in. I know you did not intend to do that. Like, I'm going to give you props because that was awesome that you literally stopped an Earth Shatter, or you saved yourself from Earth Shatter with your projected. But I know for a fact you were not trying to do that. So anyway, they clean you guys up. You have 15 seconds left. I believe this is kind of over, right? Yeah, okay. So that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. So yeah, the big thing you need to focus on here, man, is remember guys, when you're playing tanks, think about what gives you the most effective damage mitigation, right? Damage mitigation comes in different forms in different team comps, and you have to decide which one's the best for your team comp. I'll go more in depth for each video I do on tanks, but this is just a starting point to get you guys going. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you didn't enjoy it, give it a dislike. Subscribe if you like it, if you enjoy my content. I also want to ask you guys, leave a comment on what hero you want to see me coach next or do a VOD review on next. Do you guys want to see another tank, another DPS, or a support? Or you can tell me exactly which hero you want to see if you can't get me a VOD yourself. Other than that, thank you guys very much and have a wonderful day.